Morning. It's lovely and bright and sunny here in Maryborough in Queensland. I believe we're heading for 35. Don't want 35. So good morning, Roz. Good morning, Suzanne. I believe Monique is on. I can't see any posts yet, but they will come up. How are you, Monique? Lovely to see you. Okay. So this morning, anyone been watching what's been popping up with Onstage? So the only two things that I've seen so far is there's a greetings. I don't know whether it's a stamp or maybe there's a die to it. I don't know. It was only just one showing, and it's got like to my. Oh, Monique. Well, let's hope that you can. Sometimes when I watch videos at night or something like that, it helps me to go to sleep. So, yeah. Hi, Roz. I think I already said hello to Roz and Suzanne, didn't I? Yes, Roz. Yes, I did see those as well. Australia is going to be getting paper pumpkin. Is it paper pumpkin? I think that's what it's called. And there was also like I said, a stamp set which had all the different, like to my mother, father, grandmother, grandfather. I don't know if it's actually got those on it, but all the different ones aren't. So that was glitter markers are going to be great. I mean, I've got a whole set of glitter markers here, but oh dear. So that's what I've seen so far. How awesome is that? So I don't know how paper pumpkin works. I'm assuming that you do it by subscription. So and then you get it every month or whatever. Good morning, Desley. How are you this morning? How are you feeling? Morning, Daryl. We were just discussing the new things that we've seen popped up from those that are at Onstage. So far we've got glitter pens or glitter markers. We've got a stamp set, and looks like we might be getting paper pumpkin. So that's all I've seen so far, but everybody seems quite excited. Yes, exactly that, Suzanne. Exactly. Yeah. So I think it would be a case of seeing what this paper pumpkin. I've seen what the others do. But yeah, who knows? Paper pumpkin. There we go. All right. So did I say hi to Daryl? Oh, look, I have no clue. This is not moving, so I don't know who I've spoken to. So what is it, Roz? You sign up monthly or 3-month increments. It's all inclusive kit. You can skip a month if you want. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good, Desley. Awesome to hear. That's if they do it the same here, but I would imagine they would. I wouldn't think that they would do something different here to over there. So is it just like a kit or I mean, I don't often make the kits up as they're supposed to be anyway. I go off and do my own thing with them, but I might make 1 or 2 cards the same as they say, but then I don't do anymore. Okay, so my name's Lorraine. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the Fraser Coast area of Queensland, Australia. So I can help you with any of your paper crafting needs, whether it be tools, cardboard, designer series paper, storage. Oh, well, yeah, there is still. Let's not talk about storage at the moment because we've got a lot of changes with the sizes. So yeah. But I have a QR code up here. Everything I'm using today, I believe, is still available. So if there's anything that you want, just feel free to put an order in. That'll take you straight to the shop. Mum's fine, thanks, Daryl. She's apparently there's always the north side of Bundaberg that gets flooded. So the north side's flooded, but Mum and my brother, they live the other side, so they're okay. My brother's just annoyed because he can't play golf. Like, that's a world crisis, that is. But no, he likes his golf, and yeah. But he sent some photos through, and it looks like the golf course is like an inland swimming pool. So yes, it's like a kit. Most advanced stampers make alternate projects. Yeah, yeah. Yes, Suzanne, I because I spoke to Donna about it once, and she said, "Oh yeah, they tried it here, but it wasn't successful." So let's hope that now, it is successful. I mean, they've got to give it a couple of months trial, haven't they? They can't just suddenly say, "Oh, it wasn't worth it." So we might get it for a little while. Hopefully, it stays if we enjoy it, and if it doesn't, we have that choice. If we don't like it, we have the choice not to purchase it. Yeah, all safe. Yeah, they had a couple of disasters where my mum flooded her bathroom, but that was due to another problem in the house, and they had to keep going in and out and turning the water on and off from outside. And I think Mum must have put her tap on and not realised. And then when it was fixed, it ran. But yeah, I'll be ringing Mum after I finished here today because, yeah. But thank you so much for asking. I'll pass that on. All right, I'm going to go down to the desk. Yeah, so if anybody else saw anything, I mean, only on stage only started yesterday afternoon, and they're only about half an hour in this morning. So yeah. But let's hope we see some more goodies. All right, so today I'm making a tower card. Now, I have made this more difficult for myself. I will definitely do that, Roz. You don't have it in the Netherlands? Oh, okay, Monique. Do they have it in the UK? So, Monique, do you come under like the UK for? Well, no, I don't know where it is in Europe, but I hear them when they say if you're in Ireland or Germany or different places. So. All right, so I've got lots of little pieces here, and you don't have to do lots of little pieces. And I have got a lot of it cut out, but what I want to show you is how the base is done. And I have to say, it is so easy to do, but possibly easier to show you. Don't take any notice of this paper. This is not our paper. It's a piece of my scrappy paper. So, but I did it on a light color because I've originally done today's on Secret Sea. So this piece is 10 inches by 5.5, and we're going to score it. When I get my stuff out of the way, we're going to score it at. I did this last night after I came home from trivia. We're going to score it at 1 inch. 2 inches. Molly, I'll send you out. 2 inches and 3 inches. And then you can either turn it round and do exactly the same again, or we can go to 7 inches, 8 inches, and 9 inches. Now, I did the next bit on my trimmer, but I'll show you. Now, I got this from Susan 5, it said. I don't really know if there's any other name, but yeah. So what we need to do now, we need to cut. Can you see those scores on there? I was hoping you'd see it better on here. Let me sort of burnish them a little bit just so that you get the idea. So there they are there. You can see it a bit better. So on this second one, or the middle one of each, we're going to come down 1 inch. Now, like I said, I did this on the trimmer, but she did it this way, and I can understand why she did. So 1 inch, and then the other side of it 1 inch, and then she drew. I've got to stand up for this because I can't see what I'm doing. I've got the light in my eyes. And she drew a line like so, and then she came down another inch, which is there, and the same this side, and then she did exactly the same up here, but in this center one. Sorry, people, I can't, I'm not watching what's going on at the moment, so I'll try and catch up afterwards. So we've done the 1 inch and the 2 inch and the 1 inch again. And then she just drew a line across those two. Like I said, I did this on the trimmer, but you'll see why she did it this way. Then down at the bottom, she's done exactly the same. Actually, that doesn't look like an inch in there. That looks like I spread it out a bit. Oh no, it's right. Okay. And then, where's my other ruler? I don't like, this ruler's good for some stuff, but. And then she did exactly the same down the bottom here. So, came up to 1 inch and then 2 inches. The same this side. Wherever that line is, there it is. 1 inch and 2 inches. And she did that. To me, it was the long way round, but like I said, you'll see why she did it. And I suppose you just get rid of these afterwards. I didn't see what she did with them. So then we've got the 1 inch and the 2 inch. And we'll do that again. 1 and 2. And then we're just going to draw the lines. Right. So, I don't know if you can see that, and I'm sorry if my head was in the way, but you can see there we've got lines drawn across, and that's what it looks like. So it's at either side. Okay. So what she did then was she folded on that the second line in like so. So you've got the two here, one with the marks and one without, and then she took scissors. And she just cut from here up to that line. So we're working on the crease here, up to the line. The same here, and the same here. So that gives us our cuts that side, and then she did exactly the same this way. Whoops. And she cut. I hope I've done this right, because I'm going to look a right twit, aren't I, if I haven't. Like I said, I did it on the Right. So that gives all the cut lines. I don't know if you can see that. You can see there, like so. And then what you're going to do is this one's going to come up this way. This one's going to go down that way. This one, middle one is up. This one is going down. Easy peasy, like so. And that is basically how you're going to get the tower look. Okay, all right, so I've just done it on that to show you because I've already cut mine and cut a lot of pieces to go with it. So when you've actually got it like this is how she says it's going to stand. So it's going to stand like that. That's what it looks like from the top. So it's sort of 3D. Hi, Sue. How are you? Good morning, Marlene. Hi, Kerry. Who else have I missed? Anybody else? I don't think so. Oh, okay, Monique. Yep. All right, I think I've caught up. Excellent. All right, so that is what we're actually working with today, and I'll try and keep up if I can. Now, I've cut lots of pieces, but we can make this a lot easier for ourselves. So I took the textured notes, and I think these are on special at the moment. I took the largest one, which fitted in there perfectly. Then I took the next one, and then I took the next one. And that's how I got my 3 layers here for this. All right. So that's what I did there. Try and get them back in there. I've got to do the same with my stylish shapes. They're all over the place. All right. And then so this one I cut out of the pretty Secret Sea with the copper on it. So this is Delicate Dreams paper, this one. Okay. So then I cut out this piece, which has that on the back, which would also go really well if you wanted it to, but I wanted a little bit of the color. And then I got crumb cake for the smaller one, and I put in the vine and stone embossing folder, and that fits that into there. I also put 2 strips, which is for down the side here, and this is something I wanted to show you too. I also put those in the embossing folder to go down either side. Weird color combination, but I think it's going to work. Yes, Secret Sea base. Sorry, did I not say that? So that's what I've got there. All right. This is going to make the main part of the card. Now, this is where I've made it difficult for myself because I've done all these little squares here, which I'm going to stick onto here. I've also cut out some pieces for the front. What I did want to show you was that if you didn't want to have those 2 embossed and you wanted to add something else, you could actually just put another piece over there. Now, those pieces going down the side are, actually, I think I measured these myself. I don't think she gave a measurement. So they are 3/4 of an inch. So this is the bottom piece, 3/4 of an inch by 5 inches. And if you were wanting to put a layer on it, then you either take your 1/8 off or your 1/4 off, whichever you prefer. So what have I got this at? I must have done this one. What did I say this was? 5 inches. No, it's 5.5 inches, sorry. I wondered that because this one's 5 1/4. So this one's 5 1/4 and it's by 3/4. So what was that? That was 3/4. I can't see this morning. I'm sorry. Having a lot of problems here. Oh, okay. That was 5/8. Whatever. You know how to cut your one down. So yes, it's Secret C, Daryl. Yeah. So anyway, I'm not using those. I just thought it added something that I didn't need. So I've taken those off. But that's what I've done there. So to retell you about these are 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4, I believe. I really don't like this ruler. It's too small. Yeah, by 5 1/4. And they fit on there nicely. Now I've cut all these little pieces here, and these are going to go on these squares. So I'm going to, like, when I put these on, I'm going to do them really quickly. And then I've got even tinier ones that I'm going to put on top of that. So I'm a glutton for punishment, aren't I? All right, so I've shown you how to do the base. You know how quickly we can do these. Those are just a couple of strips. So what I'm going to do to make it easier is I'm just going to start putting these on here. And it really is not going to matter, and it feels like that glue is empty. Let me try this one. Is this gonna? No. Oh, where's my glue? There it is. Couldn't find it for a moment. This one's pretty empty, I think. All right, let's use a newie. Now I'm going to have trouble. Hi, Tanya. How are you? Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me. So I'm just going to, sit here and wish I hadn't done this probably, but pop all these onto the little squares. Now I've got some squares, and then there's the couple of big ones that are for these middle sections here. So there's 8 of these. And I'm not paying any attention to the good thing is when you cut them small, you sort of get different parts of the flowers, which is good. Oh, and yesterday when I was saying that this top piece here was crooked, it wasn't that at all. It was the green. I watched back to see, and yeah, when I cut the green, it wasn't up against the top of the trimmer. So it was that was out, not the piece of paper that I cut twice and had the same result. So like I said, you don't have to do this, but I just thought it looked nice. You probably don't have to put anything on those if you don't want to. And I had to pop out before I came on this morning, so just quickly. Hi Kim, how are you? Lovely to see you. I'm going to try and put my, I've got an iPad, which I don't really know how to use very much, but I do know that if I put it on in here, I'd be able to watch the chat easier. Hi Tracy, how are you? And Carol? All right, that's those, and then we've just got these longer pieces here. And I did these with a reasonable border around them because I wanted to catch all the colour, all the difference in colour. These are colours that I would never have thought of putting together. And I'm also thinking that I'm going to have to order another pack of this paper because I think it's going to sell out when we get the new, the hydrangea hue color come in. I think everybody is going to be getting another, because bearing in mind we've had this color this paper for a while, so I haven't got much of it left. But I don't really want to put an order in until April. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So does your paper pumpkin, does that help with your CSV and your rewards? All right, so let's start putting this together. So I'm going to put this one down first. Yeah, I know, Suzanne. I mean, I love that on its own. I just, it's very delicate, isn't it? I love it. And I just love this. Probably should have used a bit more of it, but so that actually fits in there quite well. Give us a little bit of room each side, and I really want that to go up. That's better. Okay, so that gives us that sparkly in the middle, and I'm going to put these two down as well, simply because there's nothing else to go on them. So seeing if there's a right way up and a wrong way. I'm going to have to put the fan on. My goodness, I'm melting. Here we go. Now everything will blow across the desk, but never mind. You're putting one in on the 24th for pre-order, Tanya? Oh, it does. Oh, okay. Excellent. Thanks, Roz. It gets billed separately. Don't put it on an order. Okay. I'm sure we'll get instructions when the time comes. I'm definitely going to give it a try. All right, so I've put quite a lot of glue on there because this embossing folder is a very deep one. And just wanted to make sure that I had enough on there to stick it down. And the same with this side. Yes, Kim. Yep. We were discussing earlier that what we'd seen from those that have gone to on stage, and so far we've seen Paper Pumpkin and so Donna Gray showed it, and so did Courtney Houston. Both showed it. So yeah, I'm assuming then. I'm not assuming. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have shown it if we weren't getting it. Okay, so there we go. Now we've got that sitting there like that. Now these pieces are just going to go. We're going to put one there and one there. And then I'm also doing the sides. So let's do this, and then that's all out of the way. And then it's just a question of decorating. It's really not a difficult card at all. And remember how I was drawing the 1 inch marks? You can see, or you will when you can see with this, like you can just do it with your trimmer. not across just the one, but the two. It's simple as. I only did it that way to show you what she did. And as soon as she was doing it, I was thinking, well, I'm not going to be doing that. I'll be doing with the trimmer. So, yeah. Put another one over this side, and then we've got all these little tiny ones. Oh, did she? I haven't seen Kylie's. And what else was it? Glitter markers. And so every day you get to see something new. There'll be stuff that they've already found out about that they're not allowed to tell us yet. So I'm just sticking these on here. And I'm randomly doing this. I haven't got them in any order at all. Well, you didn't get that one very square, Lorraine, did you? We might have to hide that one somewhere. It might have to go in there. Or no, let's put it in there. Sorry, muttering to myself. Hi, Nicole. How are you? Lovely to see you. Two, 4, 6, 8. Oh, I don't think I cut enough of those. You have to cut some more. That's a nuisance. I thought I had cut them all. Oh, I did 8, which was down one side. It was 10:30 last night when I was doing it. I hope that doesn't mean that they're going to take away with the glitter markers. I just had this thought, are they going to take away Wink of Stella? All right, so sorry, I have to do another 8 of those, which is going to be a pain, but we're going to do it. So, luckily it all happens in one strip. So what size were they? I think they were 1 inch by 1 inch, weren't they? No, they weren't. They were 3/4 by 3/4. Maybe I should do it this way. I can never get the paper to stay. All right. Now I need 8. So these are 3/4 by 3/4. And then I want a strip. So that's 3/4. So I think it's 5. No, 3/4. So I must have taken it down to a half. So that's very small, but I must have done it. Where's my paper? Oops. I'm missing out here because I've got to do this. And I really want to know what you're all talking about. So that is a half. Now, is that right? Have I done that right, or is that too small? No, I think that's right. No, they're smaller than that. That's not what we want. We want, maybe we did it at 5/8. What were those? Those were 3/4. Let's do this. 1. What size did I do those little ones? My goodness me. So I didn't write this down because, like I said, I chose to do this. So let me have a measure. So they were 3/4 by 3/4, and then these, I can't wait to get this eye done, was 1, 2. That's a half. See, so these are the right. They're the wrong size. Let's find that paper again. I do with it. Oh dear. I hate it when I think I've done everything and then when it comes to, I've missed some. Now I can't find the paper that I have. Here we go. So those were 3/4, and I think I dropped it back to there. Right, let's see if that's the right size. Oh, goodness me. Sorry about this, people. Yeah. So now I want 8. I think we've got it at 5/8. Let's see, is that correct? Yes. 1. And I'm going to take it from the other end. Right, hopefully we've got it. Teach me to do things late at night, won't it? Quickly stick these on here. Oh, okay, Nicole. Hi, Lisa. Did I not see you before? I think I'm playing with little fiddly bits at the moment because I couldn't count last night. So it was rather funny because we got team shirts for our trivia team. And ever since we've been wearing the team shirts, we haven't been doing as well as when we didn't have team shirts. So I sent a message out yesterday to the team saying, are we all going shirtless tonight? Well, you can imagine. Yeah, Roz, I think it was Roz saw the glitter. I did see them. They sort of look a bit like pens. Not like, well, from what I gathered. How many were there, Roz? Was it 3 in that pack? I did see it. Or anyone else who saw it? The only thing that I think would be nice would be if they would remember that, you know, we're in Australia and we don't have a lot of the stuff at the same time of year as the States. So often when they do seasonal stuff, it's out for us. It's not, I think that one's a little bit different. It's not the same. Like when you do autumn, we're actually in spring. We're coming into autumn now. You're coming into spring. You only saw Donna with the paper pumpkin. If you go into Courtney, she did a little whizzy video thing. Sorry, this is all time that I wasn't expecting to have to spend because I'd apparently done everything. But that's okay. It's the new in colours, Rod. Ah. You think? Okay. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Right. Done. My apologies. Great. That's great, Nicole. So, one happy camper. So now, as you can see, we have that, and that's the front actually sticks up and it goes like that, so you can sort of see bits and pieces. Okay, like that. It is difficult, yeah. I mean, I love all the autumnal papers and things like that that you get. I loved the ones this year. It was the wrong time of year for us. I mean, we did use them, of course, but and of course we don't. Well, I suppose it's getting a bit more thing, but we don't really celebrate Halloween. A few people do. Can't say nobody does, but a few people do. Then I'm just popping that one onto there. So like I said to you, this was all the textured notes dies, which made it so much easier. So now all I want to do is I want to decorate, and thankfully I went easy with this, because otherwise I would be in all sorts of trouble right now if I had to cut these out. And I also cut out, because we've got the this bronzy colour, I cut out some bronze bits which I was hoping to pop in, and I think it might be more like that, with that bigger one at the top and that one. And then I cut similar out of Mossy Meadow. So I don't have to put them all in, but the plan was to sort of have one sitting over the top of the other, so it sort of shadowed it. I don't know. Tell me what you think. So that one there, not sticking over the top of there, of course. And then we have this one in the green as well. So maybe something like that. Oh my goodness. 20. So let's have a look. I want to put those two down flat, and I'm going to pop that one up, but I'm not going to put it, I'm only going to put a bit in the middle here, because I still think I'm going to want to put stuff underneath. Okay, so let's put one there, and I've left quite a bit at the, oh, new glue. I've left quite a bit at the top, because I'm not sure where I'm going to put a sentiment, but I will be putting one on the back. So put those two there, like so, and then I was going to pop this one up in the middle. Let's get some dimensionals out. I've got a pack somewhere, but I don't know where. And I just want to pop that under there like that, so that this one sits up above. And I might actually move it down a tad like that. Now it's these. So I do have another couple of those if I need them. We'll see. I've got some little tiny ones there, but these are the ones that I was thinking. So I'm going to definitely going to put that one in there. So I'll put that one down first. Okay. Yeah, there's a few people here do it, and they sort of put it on social media, the places that are doing it. And it's a bit like Christmas, where people travel around to see the decorations and they give out lollies and stuff, which is great. The kids love it. But Yeah, it's not something I know. When I was growing up in the UK, there wasn't anything much about Halloween. But we used to have what we called bonfire night. Um, it was the 5th of November, which was Guy Fawkes night. Go on, tell us, Daryl. I really didn't. I could never really understand why we sort of celebrated on a night that somebody tried to um, blow up the palace. So what I was thinking was possibly just popping this like a shadow so that you had like the two. I don't know how it's going to work, but we'll see. This was the plan. Go with the plan and see how it goes. You like bonfire night? Yeah, I did too. And then in latter years, they changed it. Like we always used to have it at home. Used to go and buy. Dad used to take us down the shop and he'd ask us what fireworks we wanted, and we'd have some Catherine wheels and some. We'd always had sparklers, of course, and we'd have rockets and all the neighborhood did it. So like there was heaps going off, and then they stopped it because it was dangerous, and you had to go to, like not parks, but bonfire night things that were regulated. There was people to make sure. So I'm sort of thinking, I know that I'm only seeing the a little bit of the color on those, and it's sort of covering that one up. I'm wondering, do I need those or do I just leave that out and just add a couple of these little, let's just add a couple of these little ones in there. Oh goodness, it's coming out in great lumps. Where's my, I don't know how things always manage to go missing from my craft room. And they probably don't at all. It's probably just me. Let's use that. Let's pop a few of these little ones in here, I think. That will do the trick. So the one of the dies actually cuts these weeny flowers, and while I was doing it I was thinking, oh really, this is where I need my tweezers, but I can't find them. They'll be on the desk somewhere. So I did cut out a few of these little wee flowers, and they actually make good fillers. Pop another one down in there. Excellent. Possibly don't need any more. All right, let's leave it at that. And then now I'm going to pop this onto the front of here. Yes, yeah. Where Kevin lived, because I don't know how many of you know, but I've known my husband since I was 5. Where he lived, they had what we called the green, and they would all get there and they'd build up this huge, great big bonfire, and they'd have a guy on the top, and it's Guy Fawkes, not a real person, and yeah, it was always good. And it was fun, and we used to do penny for the guy as well. So we would go around with a Guy Fawkes in a barrow or something and do penny for the guy. Right, so this is what we have. You do? Baba Yaga takes them. Okay, Nicole. To her chicken leg house. Well, there you go. Yesterday we had something different to Bigfoot. Is it Rougarou or something? who was? Hang on, I haven't read what you wrote, Daryl. I have to go back up. You were lying on the lounge watching TV, and these kids came to the door and peered through the screen door. Let's go. There's nothing but old people in there. That's a pretty card. Thank you. Thanks, Daryl. We're having storytelling. So all I really need to do now is cut a piece for the back and put a sentiment on it. I could put a sentiment on the front there, which would probably work. But, that's another thing I would really like would be to have sentiments that go this way. And they would come in so handy. I've done so many cards where I, really wished that I had a sentiment to go downwards. Now I could cut that out of the textured notes again because we know it's going to fit. So I could do that and do that quickly. And I know that that's too big, so I'm sorry for the mucking around in the middle there, where I hadn't cut enough pieces. Oh, I'm a fool. I've just put that through the wrong way. I wondered why it didn't want to cut properly. Let's turn it over. Be time for new plates soon. I have new plates. Does anyone else swear at them? Well, not swear, but oh well, maybe swear. I give up. Oh no, that's all right. I thought I'd done it again, but it was the imprint that I'd put on the top plate. So you can see what I've done. I put it through the wrong way, didn't I? So there we go. Now we have a nice piece for the back. And we can put a lovely sentiment on there. And what am I going to go with? I think I'm going to go with my new favorite. If I can find it on this desk of mine. There it is. I absolutely love this, sending wishes for the happiest birthday. I think it's great. Or the other one is, this one too, may all the love and support that surrounds you help heal your heart. And that's a lovely one too. But it's a specialty, isn't it? That one. So let me grab a block. And because I've got Secret C, it's going to be easy to choose what colour to do it in, isn't it? Baba Yaga is a Russian witch in the fairy tale. You have to clean her stables and house that has all the stuff she took inside and be able to win freedom from the witch. Oh dear. I've actually been reading a book. And it's funny you should say that because it was more fairy than witch, but anybody who ended up in this fairy kingdom had to stay there 7 years unless they found someone else to take their place, um, which was quite good. So I'm going to pop that. I'm just wondering whether I should put that flower again. I did like that yesterday. Maybe today we should use the leaf. Let's use the leaf for something different. Pop it that side. We can do that. We can do anything. We're strong, independent women and gentlemen, we are. So maybe just pop that there. Oh, love it. Now, you like secrecy, I do too. Oh, okay. So now just popping that down like that. And there we go, people. There is our card for today. So this, please pop up. It will fit into an envelope, of course, and I think you can actually fold it in so that it will fit into your normal envelope. So you can do it like that, a little bit on the bulky side, but not too bad. Then when you pull it out, and it should pop into its, so it'll stand like that, and that's what it looks like. Oh, yes, Chinese for lunch. That sounds lovely. You love the card, Kim. Thank you. It's funny, Kim, because I read a lot of witchy fairy type books. I also read murders, but you know, one of my favorite authors is Nora Roberts, and she also writes under the name of J.D. Robb. So when she does J.D. Robb, she's a police inspector or something. But when she writes under Nora Roberts, quite often it's witchy or whatever. Thank you. Yes, it does display the DSP. It took too long because I hadn't cut those other pieces off for you ready. I couldn't count. So there we go. Obviously, I couldn't answer questions or count last night. Okay, let me come up to the top. Camera. There we go. And it's hot. I'm melting. I've got the fan on though. So starting next week, I said this, you love JD Robb. Yeah, Kim. Oh, did you? I've got that many Nora Roberts books here. I wish someone lived close enough that I could give them to. I don't just want to take them down to the op shop. Okay, so starting next week, I will be doing my cards through the week, and on one or two occasions, I will say that this card is up for grabs, and I'm going to make up a word. I haven't made it up yet. That you need to pop into the comments to be in part of the draw for that card. So basically, if anyone's watched Peggy Noe, she does something similar. Then the following week, I'll put all the names in for that day, and I will draw out the winner. However, you do have to have to be subscribed to the channel. So if you haven't subscribed and you'd like to take part, please subscribe and leave me a message which says that you've subscribed. Thanks, Desley. And that way then you'll be part of it. So I've also included, because I've got a couple of people that are on Facebook and don't do YouTube, I've also included Facebook as long as they follow the page. Prize is what Peggy uses, isn't it? So I'm thinking of, something slightly different. I don't want to take someone else's idea. So, yeah. Anyway, that's going to start next week. So if you'd like to be part of that in advance, you can subscribe to the channel. That would be wonderful. If you could give me thumbs up, that would be great too. Yeah, I love mythology and folklore both. Yeah, I do read. I read one the other day and it was called Crescendo, and I can't remember who that was by, but it was a really good book too. But I do read a lot of nonfiction as well. Alrighty, so that's me for today. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love my weekday mornings where I can spend time crafting and having people to chat to at the same time. I'm not 100% sure yet, because I didn't do a card on Tuesday. I may, if I've got something, I might actually do it tomorrow morning, but I will see how I go. It depends. I think my husband might want to go to the collectibles show thing. So this week we've done 4, and they're all part of the challenge that you ladies set me earlier in the week. I haven't used window card though. Oh yes, Desley. Yeah, you're very welcome. So this is today's. Oh, sorry, let me just pop quickly back down so you can see. Otherwise, I've got to hold them all up. This is today's card. This was yesterday's card. This one was Wednesday's, and then we had the exploding box on Monday. We didn't have a card on Tuesday because I had to work. So that's the cards this week, and the challenge that I was set was to do 3D or like box cards or whatever. So hopefully I met the challenge, everybody. And if you want to set me another one, feel free. It saves me having to think of what I'm going to do. Alrighty. So take care, everybody. Suzanne will be on now. So I will see you all again, maybe tomorrow. Otherwise, it'll be Monday. Bye for now.